Oh, it's great. So I think one of the key things, and really this is pandemic or not, racial unrest or not, if we want to raise healthy people, we have to focus on these things. And I'll just fly through making sure our kids are physically safe, that they're sleeping, that they have the food that they need, that they're getting some sort of exercise, because we know it's all interconnected, that intellectually that they're feeding themselves. And so this is also a great time for us to be doing book clubs and etc. on really relevant things, and kids are really enjoying that, from what I can tell from different programs. Socially, we have to make sure they're being fed, right? That they have the rich relationships. And often, what happens with trauma is our dreams and our aspirations thwarted. And so, one of the key things we can do for them is fulfill those thwarted dreams and aspirations, right? So, if the graduation is something that they're really grieving, then we can find ways to celebrate them. Yes, it'll look different, but at least creating that space. Morally, when you're isolated, there are lots of great temptations, especially with technology right now, whether it's substance abuse, whether it's, porn or whatever it is that they could really easily get into to try to fill that emptiness. And so, really beefing up education morally. And then, of course, we've got socially, spiritually, and emotionally. I want to quickly go over this first because I think it's so key. It says, love the Lord your God with all your heart, which is your emotions, your soul, which is to me my spiritual, your mind, the intellectual strength, your physical. And I mentioned that because oftentimes in the church, we tend to educate just the spiritual. I can tell you if I'm physically hungry, I need physical food. If you tell me to read the Bible for 3 hours, it's not going to help me in that moment. Does that make sense? And so, depending on what their hunger is, right, really realizing that we are all interconnected, these 6 areas, and they all have to be stimulated together. They all have to grow together. And so, when you're creating programs, making sure that they're touching upon all of these different aspects of who they are, because then we can raise some healthy people, right? I want to show you what can happen though, oftentimes, is there can be stunted growth areas. And maybe it's emotional because they've never had to kind of respond to, questions that tap into their emotions. We have to think about that. When we're preaching about Daniel, we also have to think about what do you think he was experiencing when he was undergoing the lions and et cetera, et cetera. So really making sure that, again, we're bringing these things into our conversation and into our programs. We also see this where one area just gets too overstimulated, and again, that person is really unbalanced. And so for me, true health is when we've taken all of these aspects and we've fed each of these areas. So teaching our youth every day, make sure you can check off something that you've done in each of these aspects of who you are to maintain your overall health as a holistic person. I hope that helps.